Hey everybody, so today we're going to start talking about our reference table page 4 and 5. So make sure you have your reference table out and make sure you go to page 4 and 5. So we're also going to be talking about our lab number 8. So make sure you have that out as well. So let's review. The equator is at 0 degree latitude, right? And we use the equator to measure m lines of latitude to measure how far north or south of the equator a location is. Our prime meridian is our 0 degree longitude, and we use that as a reference point to figure out how many degrees east or west of the prime meridian a location is. But remember the international dateline, which is 180 degrees. So if we're looking at the world from the top where the North Pole is, and the prime meridian is towards here, then we can see that from the prime meridian to the international dateline, from the right side of the prime meridian is going to be east, right? So from prime meridian towards the right side up to the international dateline, 180 degrees is east, and from the prime meridian 0 degrees to 180 degrees to the left side is west. And if you're having trouble remembering this, remember never eat soggy waffles. East is on the right, west is on the left of the prime meridian. And this is especially important for this lab to remember that from the prime meridian 0 degrees to the right side is east up to 180 degrees, and from the prime meridian towards the left side up to 180 degrees is west. Now, a typical world map normally looks like this. You might be used to looking at it like this. And in a typical world map, the equator is right here horizontally, and the prime meridian is at 0 degrees vertically, normally around the center of the map, right? And because of this, northeast is up here because this is north of the equator, east of the prime meridian. East is here, south of the equator, east of the prime meridian. Southwest is here, and northwest is here. And we write the format like this: latitude first and longitude next. Latitude is 30 degrees north, and longitude is 60 degrees east. Now go to page 4 of your reference table, and let's talk about what this is about first, and then we're going to notice some differences in what we just saw with our typical world map versus this world map. So for this map on your reference table, page 4, it actually tells you your important lines of latitude. These lines of latitude are especially important when we're going to talk about seasons, but for now, just know that the Antarctic Circle is 66.5 degrees south. The Tropic of Capricorn, which is another type of latitude, is 23.5 degrees south. The Tropic of Cancer is 23.5 degrees north, and the Arctic Circle is 66.5 degrees north. These lines of latitude are very important for our seasons unit, but remember the degrees that these latitude lines of latitude are on. This map also shows us the world's ocean currents. Ocean currents are continuous movements of water in the ocean that follow set paths, kind of like rivers in the ocean. So, yes, we have oceans like the South Pacific Ocean, North Pacific, Indian, North Atlantic, but within oceans are small river like streams of flow where the water are flowing. And this is showing warm and cool currents, ocean currents, meaning warm waters and cool waters flowing kind of like rivers within the oceans. The reds are our warm water currents, and our blues are our cool water currents. Now let's look at the latitudes and longitudes. The equator is at the 0 degree latitude. So please pause this video, and on your reference table, on your lab worksheet, you'll find this map, and please draw this line on the equator 0 degrees. Use a ruler, draw with pencil first, and then draw a color over with your choice of color pencil. But notice how different this is because our prime meridian this time is over here, 0 degrees longitude, right? This is our 0 degrees. So go ahead and pause the video and draw the prime meridian. Start with pencil and color over with a different color. Go ahead and label this 0 degree longitude as the prime meridian and label the 0 degree latitude as the equator. Pause this video. And now let's look for the international dateline. The international dateline is actually here this time at 180 degrees longitude. Go ahead and pause this video and draw the international dateline at 180-degree longitude and label it international dateline. Now, this is why this map is so different, right? Our prime meridian, instead of it being in the center, it's all the way towards the right side. So we have to figure out now, based on our map, where east and west really is on this map specifically. So this is what it should look like. from the prime meridian towards the left side of the prime meridian up to 180 degrees is west. Remember, never eat soggy waffles. West is towards the left side of the prime meridian up to 180 degrees. So from 0 to 180 degrees to the left is west. So go ahead and pause this video and write west on here, this part of the prime meridian towards the left side of the prime meridian, both higher and lower than the equator. This whole area is west. And notice that from 0 degrees prime meridian towards the right side is east, right? So go ahead and write east on the right side of the prime meridian. Pause this video. And yeah, but also, what about this area? Let's look at the numbers. This is 0 degree prime meridian, and then there's 20 degrees towards the right side, but then it stops here, right? These numbers continue right here. This is 20 degrees, and then 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160, 180. So, yes, this is the east side of the prime meridian, but the numbers continue over here up to 180 degrees. So, this whole area is actually also the east side of the prime meridian. This map just got flipped. Notice North America is here on our map and Asia is on the other side. But in our regular map, what would normally you'd normally see is that North America is towards the left side and Asia is on the right side, right? So that's why this map is so confusing. It's not just north, south, east, west like normal. It's actually 0 degree prime meridian towards the left side up to 180 degrees is west, and the rest of this map is east because 0 to the other 180 degrees is east. This rest of the 180 degrees this way is cut off and kind of replaced over here. So from 0 to 180 degrees on this side is east. So go ahead and pause this video. Write east from on this side up to 180 degrees. From 0 prime meridian towards the left of the prime meridian up to 180 degrees is west. And then from 0 to this side is also east. Pause this video. Label all the west and east areas. Now, remember the equator? We know that above the equator is north and below the equator is south. So this whole area above the equator is still north, and this whole area below the equator is still south. So go ahead and pause this video and write north on the top of the equator and south on the bottom of the equator. So now let's draw the other lines of latitude on our map. So here's the equator. Use pencil first, but use a ruler to draw the lines of latitude. So this is 20-degree latitude north, 40-degree north latitude, 60-degree north latitude. This is 20-degree south latitude, 40-degree south latitude, and 60-degree south latitude. Go ahead and pause this video. Draw these lines. So remember, north of the equator, all these latitudes are north of the equator, and all these latitudes are south of the equator. Let's draw our longitude lines. So remember, this is our prime meridian 0. This is our international date line 180 degrees. Let's draw our longitudes. This is 20 degree west, 40 degrees west, 60 degree west, 80, 100, 120, 140 degrees, 160 degrees west. And these are all east latitudes, right? So let's all draw all these lines of longitude. Sorry. Pause this video, draw with pencil first, and then pencil. And remember, this area is west, 0 to 180 degrees to the left side is west, and then the rest is east, right? 0 to the 180 degrees this way is east. Since our 180 degrees this way, the degrees are cut off and replaced here. This is also all east. Um, so this is what you should notice. This is the equator. This is our prime meridian. This is our international date line. All of this area on top of the equator is north. So this area would be northwest. This area would be northeast. This area would be northeast. All this whole area below the equator is south. So this area would be southwest. This area would be southeast. And this area would also be southeast. And your final grid should look something very similar to this, although your colors may look a little different. Make sure you have your equator, international date line, prime meridian, where your north, south, east, and west are, and all your latitude and longitude lines. And remember, when you're writing the geographic coordinates, all your latitude comes first and then longitude. So if I wanted the coordinates of the South Atlantic Ocean, say, it would be 40 degrees south of the equator. So 40 degrees south comes first, right here. This is 40 degrees south. And then your longitude, which is 20 degrees west of the prime meridian, goes second. So I'm going to write 20 degrees west. Although, um, Notice that on question number 1 on your lab, it's giving you the coordinates and it's asking you for the name of the ocean currents, which means these are your ocean currents. The small arrows, right? Such as the Antarctic Circumpolar Current or the Gulf Stream Current, Pacific Current, all the arrows are your ocean currents. It's not asking about the ocean, so please don't write North Atlantic Ocean, South Pacific Ocean, Indian Ocean. It's asking for the small lettering for each of the arrows, for each of the names of the currents. So go ahead and finish up question numbers 1 or tables 1 and 2 on your lab. Thank you.